Without the knowledge of what mental and emotional maturity actually are, men will falsely believe that any attempts by women to ask for him to develop his emotional side are attempts to turn him into a woman. Human beings have both. Thoughts plus feelings equals a human being. Mental maturity. Traditionally masculine. Protector, provider. Thought-based, self-focused. Work is for money. Emotional maturity. Traditionally feminine. Nurturer, supporter. Feeling-based. Other-focused. Work is for love. Nature versus nurture. You are born with the ability to both think and feel, a masculine side and a feminine side within each person. You will have one ability stronger or more dominant than the other naturally, mentally or emotionally dominant. You can be taught or can learn to develop both sides. If you don't develop a side, it will remain immature, which gives you only the options to either be dependent on another person or suffer. Maturity means independence and the ability to do it for yourself. Traditionally, boys were taught to develop only their mental masculine side and had their emotional feminine energy stifled and stunted. And girls were taught only to develop their feminine side and their masculine energy was stifled or stunted. This differs from family to family and can be legacy-based. Traditionally, a girl would become a woman and go from having an immature masculine and feminine side to having a mature feminine side but still an immature masculine side. This left her dependent on someone else to fulfill her masculine side needs. Traditionally, a boy would become a man and go from having an immature masculine and feminine side to having a mature masculine side, but still an immature feminine side. This left him dependent on someone else to fulfill his feminine side needs. Therefore, a traditional marriage of husband and wife was literally codependent. Both people depended on each other to fulfill the human needs that they themselves could not. Women's liberation was and is the ability for a girl to develop and mature her masculine side as well as her feminine side. Women became free and able to develop their masculine energy or logical/mental side, free to become a protector and provider for themselves and others as adults. The ability to work and earn money, to own a home, sign a lease, to structure their lives, to vote, attend higher education, and many other actions that were formerly only legally allowed for men. Women became free from the only other prior available options, which were either to be dependent on someone else or to suffer. It's been called feminism, but it really was mature masculinism of women. In the USA, this has been happening for the last 150 years. But without men doing the same thing for their feminine/feeling/emotional side, a liberated or fully matured woman will no longer be an energetic match to a man who has only matured his masculine side. Men's liberation will be the ability to mature both his masculine and feminine side. Unions between fully mature men and fully mature women will no longer be codependent, since both can fulfill their own needs. These will be partnerships by choice. Two fully mature humans who can both protect, provide support, and nurture themselves and each other. What are the benefits for men to develop their feminine side? Liberation means freedom and independence. Men can become free and able to develop their feminine energy, or feeling emotional side, free to process and regulate their own emotions and to become a nurturer and supporter for themselves and others as adults, free from the only other prior available options, which were either to be dependent on someone else or to suffer. Once a need is self-fulfilled, a person won't feel desperation or be able to be manipulated by someone outside of themselves to fulfill it for them. What is holding men back? Stigma of feminine, meaning weak, due to physical perception of strength. Lack of awareness that all humans have both masculine and feminine energy, thoughts, and feelings. Without the knowledge of masculine and feminine energy, people may falsely believe that the energies determine sexual preference and attraction. But a heterosexual male can have high feminine energy and be attracted to only women. They would be best suited to women who have high masculine energy for their partnership to support each other's strengths and weaknesses. Unfortunately, without this knowledge, high feminine energy men may feel emasculated around their female partners and attempt to bring them down instead of support them. This weakens the partnership and damages her and makes her life worse than if she were single. Homosexual couples are free from this societal bias and are able to step into their energies and complement their partners more freely. One will have higher masculine energy and one more feminine energy, although they are attracted to the presentation of the same sex and often present more as their corresponding energy. An emotionally immature man will not be able to handle or support a fully mature woman's success, seeing it as competition from another mature masculine energy rather than seeing it as his teammate or partner. He will feel resentful, envious, or emasculated with her, quote, making him feel insecure about his masculinity. Problems that would be solved with men's liberation. Heterosexual women would stop believing 99% of men are evil narcissists when most are actually just emotionally immature. Coupled life is more stable when both people are mature partners. People could be who they actually are without being judged by themselves or others. Mentally and emotionally healthier parents mean mentally and emotionally healthier children and generations. Men would no longer be able to be emotionally manipulated so easily by anyone, nor feel the need to try to do it to other people. Laws prevented women from developing their masculine side. No laws exist that prevent men from developing their feminine side. This means that the development can be much easier and faster. Some men were for, and some were against, women's liberation. Women couldn't have done it without men. Men were in charge of the laws. Property ownership, right to vote, equal pay for equal work, right to wear pants, ability to open a bank account, credit card, or mortgage. Most women are actually encouraging and supportive of men becoming emotionally mature. However, within couples, a mature feminine should not be the educator of a man with immature feminine. Otherwise, she becomes his mom, not his peer/partner. He is more likely to rebel against not feeling good enough or controlled/bossed by her, as if she were his mom if she tries, even in good faith. Both will lose attraction and become resentful towards the other. Benefits for men to develop their feminine side. Resistance to emotional manipulation. Ability to be an equal partner and have healthy and fulfilling relationships. Happier due to self-regulation of emotions. Less lonely, less depressed. What happens when a fully mature woman tries to have a relationship with an emotionally immature man? They are no longer an energetic match. Without knowing that he can develop and mature his emotional side, he will feel as if he's being emasculated around her. She will feel that she's supporting, nurturing, and encouraging him, but he doesn't do that for her, not realizing that unless he matures emotionally, he cannot even do that for himself yet. He will seek out a third-party feminine energy that he feels superior to emotionally. A person who is more immature emotionally than him, or one with toxic feminine energy. Toxic feminine energy. Instead of nurture, disparage. Instead of support, hinder. Angry, erratic, believes he is responsible for her needs, wants, and emotions. Intermittent praise versus berating. Can be a mother, relative, friend, ex. Can be a man or a woman, if an ex can have become this during the relationship. Feels as though she is owed. The man in this situation will actually prioritize the immature or toxic feminine energy because he feels she needs him. He feels the mature feminine energy does not need him, but will use her support and encouragement and drain it from her and pour it into the toxic feminine. If the mature feminine stays in this relationship, she will eventually become toxic due to being drained and not replenished. He will feel like the victim in this situation and claim he was trying to make everyone happy, not realizing at all what has actually happened. Masculinity isn't toxic. Toxic masculinity is toxic. Toxic masculine energy instead of protect, harm, instead of provide, use, or provide but solely for control. Angry, erratic, believes she is responsible for his needs, wants, and emotions. Intermittent praise versus berating. Can be a father, relative, friend, ex, doesn't have to be a man. If an ex can have become this during a relationship with a toxic or immature feminine. Feels as though he is owed. There is no immunity from becoming toxic. The only way to prevent it is to not have a relationship with a toxic person or an immature person, either mentally, emotionally, or both. Toxicity results from wounding. It can have happened in childhood and adulthood or throughout life. Compassion for someone cannot mean allowing toxic behavior. It won't fix them but will break you. If you have been wounded, you can heal and become mature emotionally and mentally again. But if you have another relationship like those in the past, you can become wounded and therefore toxic again. Most Western women are not going to revert back to not developing their masculine side and losing their independence. Trad wives and husbands will still exist, but outside of that, men need to become emotionally mature and liberated in order to partner with women. Benefits of trad husband and wife over partnership. Defined roles in the marriage. Husband works outside the home. Wife works inside the home. Both can relieve the burden of the other having to mature fully. Individual responsibilities make for more clearly defined duties without argument. Less likely to leave because they are dependent on each other, codependent. Benefits of partnership over trad husband and wife. Independent relationship there because you want to be, not because you need to be. Maintain personal autonomy. Either or both can work outside the home. Either or both can work inside the home. Both can support and understand each other's lives better. Shared responsibilities make for a strong unit. Less likely to feel like the other is a parent instead of a peer.